The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered 12. Covered.
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
It's a Monday, boys and girls. How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Bostonian versus the book on a Monday after a huge sports weekend. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. There are so many big things to get to. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault, live on Twitter, live on YouTube at Boston versus the book. Sports Grid TV replay, Sirius XM channel 159 replay, 10 p.m. Pacific time each and every night. We do the show live, replays afterwards. Dave, we got a lot to get to, man. This was a hell of a weekend. If you don't like what just went on, I'm not sure you like sports because we had boxing, UFC, horse racing, basketball, hockey, baseball. What a weekend.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on. It was a very busy weekend, not to mention just trying to keep all the moving parts in the house with everything else that's going on. Welcome, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, send an email to just give them the website, P-Roll. What are they?
Yeah.
doing?
So now Dave gets these guys now. So it used to just be me. Now we both get them. So it's
the
bvbshow.com. And there is a form you can fill out that will send an email to us. You can long form it, short form it, whatever you want to do. You can also go there to sign up for the Brigade Proxy Service. More on that later in the program, but that's the way to make your appointment if you're coming to Vegas, to tell us you're coming to Vegas, the bvbshow.com.
I got into that email yesterday, finally, where I could get them direct and I didn't have to have P-Roll send them to me because P-Roll's got 100 other things going on too. And I'm like, you got another email. I don't have it. I didn't see. So I accessed it. I replied to a bunch of you. I just want to start the show at the top. Shout out Myron, my soul brother down in Florida, who wrote a very heartfelt email to us about the show and what it means. And, we got to get him a hat. We got to get Junior a hat. His kid's 14. I'm sure he likes hats. So, Myron, if you're listening, check your email. You got a response. Those of you that emailed before. Some of you 2 months ago, I apologize for the tardiness, but you did get a response. So do that. The other one I want to shout out at the top of the show and congratulate is the Athletics 11U from Canfield, Ohio. Our guy, Chris Otto, who does great work with the hockey totals and the first period totals and all this other stuff, won their first championship of the summer. Hopefully there'll be a few more in the bag. Otto's on the staff coaching. And they're also playing in this thing this weekend called Choose Joy Tournament. Okay. Listen to this story. It benefits the guy that runs it. It benefits his daughter, Melina's foundation, who died 4 years ago from a brain tumor. So, we talk about sports, we talk about life, we talk about all this stuff going on. And, it's just really neat to reach out and talk to people about what's going on in their lives. And I told them that I would shout them out at the top. So that's what we do. I mean, it's not Roll Call Friday. It's, I guess, Recap Monday. What are we going to call? Like, we have to maybe, if somebody wants to come in and sponsor the show, once Mondays, we'll come up with a name. You guys in the chat, what should we call Mondays? You guys have helped us so much.
What should we call Mondays?
What do we call Mondays?
It's an interesting idea. I don't know what we should call Mondays.
Well, I mean, after this weekend, we don't have to worry about calling it Toronto weekend, do we?
No. I'm trying to put the picture of Chris's kids up on the screen.
All right, keep working on it then. That's good. That would be awesome if we could do that because I know.
No, I know we can. I just forgot to do it. It's just it's on me. I meant to do it earlier this morning. It's the one thing I forgot to do. So it was on my list of things, and you started talking about it, and I went, shucks. That was I was supposed to have done that before the show, and I didn't do it before the show, so that's completely on me. So
Mother Trucking Mondays?
No. Could be somewhat of a we have to be able to say it publicly.
Mother Trucking, we can't say.
We can, but people get all bent. We do stuff like that. Do they? Yeah. They get all weirded out. You know how people are.
We got an uncomfortable lay today too.
We do a couple of interesting numbers for sure on that.
Yeah, some big numbers to talk about. Mystic Dan Monday, that's not bad. Mystic Dan won the Kentucky Derby. Not many people talked about him. If your name was Dan, like my guy Newbie, producer, my brother Dan, do you have regret that they didn't bet a horse named Dan that won the Kentucky Derby and had a nice price to pay?
Probably, but I mean,
you can guarantee for not being a horse guy that anytime there's a horse with a Dave in it,
you'll bet it.
It ain't even a question.
Really?
Oh,
just for odds don't matter.
Are you in a Kentucky Derby?
Yeah.
A horse named Dave or has Dave in it is going to win a Kentucky Derby, and I don't have a bet on it? That's forever. I got to live with that one forever. Absolutely. I will have a bet on a horse with a Dave in it. I mean, if a horse is named Peralta.
Oh, well, obviously, that's a little bit of a different story. It's because my last name's not that common, so it would be.
It'll be hard with the mat because you go broke betting all the mats. They're probably.
That's what I mean. Like, there's so many mats out there. It's like, what are we doing?
But in a Kentucky Derby, with those pools being so high,
right?
And I mean, W posted it. We saw it. Thanks to him. You see, the handle was up on the Kentucky Derby.
Largest handle ever. Broke last year's record.
Wonder why. I wonder why.
Well, people like it. People talked about it, and people have been into it. Okay, so sorry for the delay. This is Otto's kids.
Look at the kids.
So there's Otto's kids winning that. Really cool. Congrats to those kids. Congrats to Otto for coming through. I apologize for being delayed on that, but that's cool to get them on. And so that is the Athletics with an X.
Correct.
11U, Canfield, Ohio, coming through with that championship. So that's super cool. So congrats to the kids for coming through on that. So I apologize to Otto. I should have had that ready to go before the show. I did not. So good stuff there with him on that.
Worried about other things. Our thing before the show was a little bit more, worried about some other things that we did in the past and worrying about some things that are coming up in the future, which is right at the top of the rundown.
Which is here. We are headed to Chicago, guys. The countdown is on. It's really cool. We're getting a bunch of messages from you guys saying you're coming from either Milwaukee or coming from Indiana. You're going to come on over and be a part of it. And so over under bars where we're going to be on Thursday, May the 16th, the show live from 3 to 5 local time, Central time, 4 to 6 Eastern for us. Live in Chicago, Cubs pregame being brought to you by Circa Sports Illinois. Thank you to them for bringing us out. We can't wait to have you guys meet more folks from Circa and Circa Sports. The Vegas folks are not coming. It's the Illinois folks. We're going to be hanging out with them for the first time. Really looking forward to seeing them and talking to them about everything happening in Chicago. Hopefully it's the first of a bunch of these that we're going to do at Over Under. It's located on North Halstead in Chicago. Thursday, May 16th, 3 to 5 p.m. BVB brought to you by Circa Sports Illinois. I was asked this question this morning, and I'm going to say it again. I said to this person, I'll say it to you guys. This person's coming down from Wisconsin to be a part of the show at Chicago. We're going to stay and watch the Cub game with you guys at Over Under. So he was curious, are you guys going to hang out after the show?
I got nowhere to go.
Right. So we're going to be there. The hope is to go to Wrigley on Friday for the day game the next day. So we probably won't have a show on Friday. It'll be Thursday and then no show Friday. So it'll be roll call Thursday, but it's always a little wonky when we're on site for us to do roll call. But we'll figure out, we may do a local version of roll call Friday. there. Roll call Thursday.
Right.
There from over under. But we're gonna hang with you guys. We'll chat. We'll yuck it up. We'll have a drink. We'll hang out. I mean, if you want to come on down to Over Under Bar, if you ever want to hang out with us, come on by. You know, talk to Dave about hat designs and whatnot. We'll make it in Vegas and mail it back to you and whatnot. So that'll happen on Thursday. We will be there. Yes, at the bar after the game is over. So it's not like the show's 2 hours, but the game begins at 6:40.
The real show will be after the show.
Right? 6:40 local time, right? Start?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm hanging out. I'm eating a meal. I mean, you know, I'm watching a game, and I'm going to listen to people tell me their stories. I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about so many people that we've met is that everybody's got a story. And
True.
It is just so refreshing to get to know people, to make them feel like, you know, I mean, we both genuinely care. Like these emails are unbelievable that you guys wrote. You know, I flew back and was in Virginia, and me and Mikey Awesome and his wife went to eat. We closed the place. We went for lunch. We didn't leave for 5 hours. Like it was one of those ones where you just sit and talk. So hopefully that's what Chicago post show is going to be like. But I keep telling people, if you come and you want to be on the show and you're comfortable, like I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, but if you want to come on, so, you know, your family, your friends, people could see you on TV and all of those stuff. Come on with intention to be on the show. I mean, have a take, have something with the Cubs and a Pirate. Don't matter.
Right.
I mean, we're going to be in the midst of what? The Eastern Conference Finals?
Well, maybe, but maybe not. Just depends upon what happens.
How fast? Well, yeah, the basketball.
Game 4 is Tuesday.
Oh.
So, like, in order to get, there'll be a sweep. Like Boston would have to sweep out Cleveland, and then we would be on to the. I don't think the finals start that Thursday that fast. Eastern Conference Finals, because the other series is not going to be a 4-gamer. That's going to take some time. Next Pacers is not quick.
No.
Oh, Whitrock's coming. All right, Whitrock. There we go. So Rainmaker Lou, Whitrock's coming. It's good. Got a lot of people.
Konowinski's coming.
Yep, Vinny Konowinski's coming.
An email from 2 guys. I forget your names. I apologize. That are coming from Green Bay.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, let me read it.
I forget.
Tucky. I forget his first name. I'll tell you the first name.
Okay. Yeah.
Dave Trucky's coming.
Trucky.
Dave Trucky. Him and his friends are both are big BVB listeners, so they're both getting in the car and driving down from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
That's fantastic.
So
Zayd's going to be there. Zayd's coming. Zayd's working on the other thing too.
Oh, good. Okay, so we got all that stuff happening for us in Chicago coming up here a week from Thursday. In Chicago, can't wait to see you guys all at the Over Under Bar, being brought to you by Circus Sports Illinois. Cannot wait to get there, guys. Super chats are always available for the post show or the post show on Sports Grid in bonus time. If you guys want it, little button on the left-hand corner of the live chat on YouTube. Tell us what picks, plays, thoughts, and whatever you want to get into. We can talk about it later on in the program. What happened this weekend? Let's just start it off with the Tom Brady roast, who got ripped by comics and former teammates on a 3-hour special on Netflix last night. Dave, I didn't realize how cathartic and how much of a closure moment that was going to be for Patriot fans. Like, we needed that. That was a collective fan base feeling like mom and dad put the divorce down and we're good. Like, there's no more fighting. There's no more, sorry, Will. There's no more bullshit. Like, we're all dead. Belichick took a shot with Robert Kraft. You saw Belichick, yuck it up with Brady. No more animosity. No more problems. The person that got booed the loudest was Kim Kardashian. It was tremendous. Whole thing was top to bottom, one of the funniest 3 hours. And not just because of Brady. I mean, Gronk got destroyed. Edelman killed it. It was, I haven't laughed that hard in a really long time. It was really good.
It's so funny because, we talked, you still had the chaos of trying to get Maddie to bed and all this other stuff. I got a house full of, Sundays, I don't even know what goes on here anymore between yelling, meal preps, this and that, garbage night, all this other stuff.
Right.
And I'm like trying to watch the Knights game.
Right.
right? And I'm opened up Twitter, and I was like, "Oh my god, these clips are great." Randy Moss going, "Sorry, Will, why the fuck didn't we cheat when I was here?" I thought I was like, "Oh boy." Then I see Bledsoe's, talking about, I experienced two things you didn't get to experience. One, the first round of the NFL draft, and two, a 28th wedding anniversary, which was yesterday. I, I, I was like, "Oh, I'm watching this," and I'm trying to hype it up in the house. I'm like, "You guys want to watch this roast?" No, 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 I'm good. No, no interest. No, Tom Brady, blah, 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 blah. So I call you and go, "Are you watching this thing?" Yes. After everybody goes to bed, yes, settle down. So me and you are like two jagoffs at 11 o'clock Pacific, starting it alone in our separate places, texting each other after, somebody said this, somebody said that.
I mean, the number of Aaron Hernandez murder jokes were hysterical. I couldn't believe how many, they went to places that
crap.
I mean, one, the number of jokes about Brady's ex-wife Giselle and her karate / jiu-jitsu instructor was unbelievable. I mean, Tom just sat there, was like, "Oh my goodness gracious." And it was, I mean, Kevin Hart was so funny because he's like, "You're an idiot." He's like, "Why would you sit here and want us to be able to do this?"
Yes.
I mean, the Aaron Hernandez hanging jokes were just
oh
my gosh, it was killer. I mean, people you didn't think were going to make it made Aaron Hernandez murder jokes. It was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Gronkowski came out. I mean, Nikki Glazer was unbelievable with the crypto joke on Gronk, which was,
it's not real money.
it was so good.
I mean, come on. Come on.
I died.
That was great. I absolutely love comedy. And I used to watch those old roasts all the time. The live.
Yeah, Gronk was so proud that he wrote his own jokes, kept on telling everybody, "I wrote that. I wrote that." He was so proud of himself. Yeah. The one awkward moment was when Jeff Ross started in on Robert Kraft and Brady jumped up real quick and was like, "Hey.
Right.
No. You can't." He stepped in and was like, "You can't do it."
Well, he said, "Don't say that shit again."
Yeah. He was like, well, we won't ruin it, Covey. It's really, really good. It's really, really funny. It's 3 hours. We can't ruin it because there's so many jokes. Belichick was great. I thought Belichick killed it. He was awkward and kind of funny and fumbling over himself, but he delivered good jokes, which was surprising.
Well, in jokes so much, it's not always even about what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah,
and,
right.
So many people delivered on on time, and then, I mean, they buried Bill about not having a job.
Oh,
Foxborough High, run the hill.
It was Edelman goes, "I've been waiting so long for this." He was just he built it up so well. I get to take a shot at the guy who's yelled at me for years, and I get to yell at him now. That's what I mean. It was a cathartic moment. And then Brady, maybe the best joke of the night. Sorry, Chris, I don't want to spoil it, so maybe mute for a second, but the joke about the Ring doorbell and Belichick leaving with some young girl. I felt
walk-off. That was so funny. That was literally the one where I had to pause to go pee. I said that one got me. I was. It was
so good. He pointed at him and goes, "You still got it. You still got it." I was like, "Oh my goodness gracious!" He just called out Bill for the Ring doorbell. He's like, the joke was basically, I'm always asked about what my favorite ring is, and I always say on to my next one. But my new favorite ring is the doorbell that caught Belichick leaving that some young girl's house.
So good. It was so good, and he delivered it perfect.
Oh, it was great. I was like, this is exactly what we needed. It was just such a moment of closure. It's like, okay, that was a really fun 24 freaking years. And for me, I'm 47 years old. I graduated college in 1999. I graduated when Brady just first started. Every Super Bowl, I wasn't home for it. I was always on the road. I was living elsewhere.
Right.
And so I remember listening to the Patriots Super Bowl against the Panthers on the radio, driving to a Huntsville flight NBA DL game I was calling. to call a semi-pro basketball or G League now as they call it, but that's where I was.
Oh, geez, you froze. Look at that. The inquisitive Matt Freeze face. Look at that. Come back, Jack. All right, snap your fingers. There you go.
So, like, I was driving all over the place, and I listening to the Patriots. Like, I wasn't at home. Like, my connection was watching this Brady career, and it kept going and going and going and going and going. I couldn't believe it. And then finally, like, you thought it was over, and then for 10 years it was over, and then he won 3 more, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, Robert Kraft going after Vladimir Putin was probably a unique moment. I don't think any people saw that coming, but that was fun when he did that.
The Belichick joke about the documentary thing.
Oh God, that was with the apple. That don't be confused
so
with this.
Good. Like I don't want to ruin it because we do have guys watching it, and you guys, aren't watching us to hear about this thing blow by blow. But it's worth your time to watch.
100%.
If you like comedy, if you like,
it's
that
really
felt
crude.
like
do not watch it with your kids. It's really crude. I mean,
it's really
X-rated.
I mean, the comedians, went to old school levels of crudeness and raw.
But wasn't that wonderful though?
I loved it.
Haven't we missed that?
I loved it.
I miss that. Saying really, really mean things. I thought Colin Cowherd made an interesting comment this morning on his show. He said, he said that basketball could never do that. Only football players could do that because there's a team component and a locker room component where you naturally make fun of the guys. You tease people all the time in a locker room, and there's too many egos in the NBA that people would get really upset if you're making fun of them in that way. Is that fair?
I know you could do it in hockey, guys, too.
Agreed.
100% the hockey guys would be amazing. And the hockey guys always had the best sense of humor and just kept it real all the time. They kept people in check all the time. I think the football guys, yes, you could do it. Baseball, you could do it depending on what. You remember going into baseball clubhouses? The pitchers were different.
Yeah.
And some of the relief pitchers were real different. And
I don't know if basketball and baseball players would be able to handle that level of
basketball. No chance. I mean,
being destroyed in that way, Dana White got destroyed by Schultz. That was tremendous. About the purse joke was so good.
Yep.
I was dying. I mean, my favorite non-football joke in there. Dana White was like, it was tremendous. I mean, the comedians coming in and just how they were ready to go to rip the players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was so good. I mean, all the jokes about Brady and his relationship with Edelman and, all the speculation, innuendo going on.
Oh,
it's just, it was so good.
That was actually Alex Guerrero that they kept showing, right?
Correct. Yes. Oh yeah. That may have been the best joke by Belichick when he said it was hard to butt heads with Tom because his head was so far up Alex Guerrero's ass. It was so good. It was so good. I was like, wow. I was like, that's tremendous. That was absolutely awesome. And Guerrero was there laughing his ass off, and Edelman was loving every time they blasted him. And I mean, I don't know what Gronk was on, but even Kevin Hart had to say, we think Gronk's on something harder than alcohol because Gronk takes this, he takes this gigantic shot glass and shatters the thing. Gronk spiked it. It was like, what are we doing, dude? He's like, whatever, who cares? Oh my. So it was, I don't know. When you guys watch it, tell me what you think of Ben Affleck, because I thought Ben Affleck was probably the worst part of it.
Well, I was going to ask in the chat if you guys watched it. What did what person do you think knocked it out the park the most?
Oh, so. Mikey, it's funny, period. There's so many non-football Patriot jokes on there that are just it's funny, period. It doesn't matter if you're a Patriot fan or not. It's just equal opportunity to rip people. I mean, my gosh, Jeff Ross got destroyed numerous times by people who other comedians roasting other comedians. So yes, it's 100% worth watching. That's not just an inside joke for Patriot fans.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think at all. I mean, when he started it, when Kevin Hart started it with, Tom, you've ruined Sundays for a lot of people for a lot of years. We're going to ruin your Sunday right now. Welcome to the show. Right. And I was like, here we go. This is great because I think people will take that effect, that Tom is so plastic surgeryed up and all this other stuff and everything else.
Great.
You could sit there and just take shots.
Fake
And,
hair,
you know,
fake.
It was everything.
It ripped everything. It was really funny. And Kim Kardashian being there was weird. I know people were like, what the hell was she there for? But the Swifties booed her off the stage. That was amazing to watch her get booed off the stage. Even Kevin Hart to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. He'd like intervene with the crowd. So that was fun. It's 3 hours. It's really, it's worth your time if you have the time to sit down. I couldn't believe it was 3 hours. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is 3 hours long. You text me, this is 3 hours. I was like, yep.
Well, yeah, when I hit play, I was like, dude, it's 11:15 at night. I'm hitting play. I thought it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm like, oh my God. I thought, all right, I'll watch half tonight and then I'll watch half tomorrow.
It was too good. You couldn't stop.
I was rolling and laughing and, watching. And
I mean, Peyton Manning comes out and does his thing, and then Brady comes back and says sometimes,
surprise.
Oh no, well, there's other surprises too, but like Peyton comes out and because that quote's everywhere right now about Brady saying, sometimes you live in Denver, sometimes you live in Louisiana, but you'll always be living in my shadow. Was like slamming him.
Pretty good.
Oh, it's so Eli Manning had the best comeback of all, saying I was going to come to the roast, but I didn't want to show up, Tom, for a third time. It was great. That was just great. That was, I mean, there's just, I don't know why it hit, because it was really good, but I think the sports world, like, we needed something like this. I'm so tired of this. I'm as liberal comes. I'm so tired of people being so uptight and so not willing to just laugh. Like sometimes it's funny. Like sometimes you're just making fun of somebody. It's not cruel or mean. It's just funny. And we've gotten way too tight in America. We're way too protective of everyone's feelings. Sometimes you should get your feelings hurt because it's funny and you laugh about it and you get ripped on and you move on. And Brady got made fun of really hard. And I think even he would say that was unbelievable. He told people, bring it. It was known now that before it all began, he said, don't take it easy on me. Do this for real. I don't know. Yeah. I get that. You mentioned old school roasts. We haven't had that in years for that very reason, because people have been too afraid to offend somebody through comedy.
I mean, that's kind of what makes it comedy, no?
Right. It's like supposed to be funny.
It's, but you can't take it personal. And Kevin Hart must have said it 100 times yesterday. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because here we go.
Right.
And what he said, don't make me use these shooters. Right. He fired across 2 strays.
Catching strays. There were people that I was like, oh my gosh, like Antonio Cromartie got caught with a stray. I was like, these people are just sitting at home going like, what did I do? Like I'm not even there, and you're coming at me for this. So yeah, it's just, if you like entertainment and comedy and you have a sense of humor and you're not uptight, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh really, really hard, and you're really gonna have a fun 3 hours. That's as much fun as I've had watching sports, watching TV, watching entertainment in a really long time. And I love watching sports, but that crossover, man, they could do that once a year and I would be glued to it. Like find a different athlete and go ahead and do it. I mean, Brady was ripping on Brett Favre. Like, I mean, I wanted Bridget Moynihan to come out. I was like, man, could you imagine if she comes out and starts blasting Brady? I was like, the jokes on him leaving her and like upgrading to Giselle and like, it was a really, really fun night. So
I went to those in Vegas. They used to host that. They used to have those in Vegas. Those, Shaq sponsored roasts. I went to the Emmitt Smith one. I went to the they roasted Shaq once.
Right.
Roasted. So like that first area, like they had it.
Yeah.
I was in the second area.
Okay.
Sitting.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's such a different vibe on TV than it is there, because you hear the like, ooh,
yeah, right.
In that kind of, I mean, they stayed live on Netflix. They used to tell us during the things that there were commercials.
Right.
So they would have filler time, and it was uncomfortable, and that's when everybody would get up and go to the bathroom or get another drink or whatever. That was 3 hours straight. That was a big production.
Felt like our show. 2 hours straight.
Just roll, baby.
Just go.
Keep it rolling.
One after one. No more, no breaks, no nothing. Just go.
You never know what's coming out next.
The Bert Kretschmeyer skit was so funny with all the pictures and Tom Brady and like with him holding the football. And Bert was like looking at Tom going, what the hell was that? What is that?
Because are you pregnant?
Yeah.
Just holding it like this, the football. Like this.
Okay, just watch. It's for any football fan. It's absolute. You have to watch it. If you're a New England fan, a Patriot fan. I mean, I had a friend of mine.
If you have any New England ties at all, you have.
I had from somebody
whether you love them or hate them.
Somebody said, "I'm so done with the Brady thing. Is it worth watching?" And I was like, "It is so worth watching. If you hate Tom Brady, you're going to love it even more." Like Tom Brady literally admitted to Deflategate. I don't know if it's true or not, but he literally admitted to Deflategate in the middle of at the end of the thing. So like, that line was awesome. So if you're going to spend $20 million, you should have just given it to me, and I would have told you I did the fucking thing. It was just like, that's tremendous.
Exceptional use of profanity.
Too. Oh,
like you want to talk about good use of profanity and like, you guys swear too much on your show. One, it's our show. Two, thank you, Will, for making sure that we could still get on late night.
Amen to that.
But there was, I didn't feel it was jarring at any point. I thought it was appropriate.
Well, if my kid was with me, I would have, but just me by myself, I was dying laughing. I was literally rolling around going, this is unbelievable. Like, oh, I can't believe that they're doing this. I mean, the Julian Edelman, Aaron Hernandez hung joke was, woo. I mean, just like
those got me a little uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, he went there. He went there. Like that was tremendous. Oh, that was. I love that. The more uncomfortable it made me feel, the more I liked it more. I was like, this is great. I was like, keep this coming. Like, do this. Talk about all the things that nobody wants to talk about. And Kevin Hart, I had as much fun watching Brady's reaction as I did Kevin Hart because he was laughing so hard. He was loving every minute of this because comics don't get to do this anymore. They're told that everyone's so worried about everything. That's live. Nobody knows what's coming really, but the teleprompter people and the comic. Everybody in that arena has no clue what's about to happen. That's what made it so fun. That it was just throwing bombs on bombs on bombs. And Joe, I signed up for it too. You can get it for $6. I got it for $6 last night and watched it. Not to give Netflix a plug, but I don't have Netflix. I don't need it. I don't watch it. I signed up for it last night to watch it, and I'll cancel it this morning. All I wanted to do was see the roast. So they got $6 out of me to watch the damn thing. So it was tremendous. Just absolutely tremendous. Speaking of tremendous, the Boston Bruins beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in unbelievable fashion. I mean, can we talk about pasta for a second? Can we talk about the play? Can we talk about the set play and then all the bitching and whining and crying Maple Leaf fans trying to come up with some angle that was icing? I am in love with this, that they're like, the puck didn't get across the red line. He didn't. So it has to be Pasta beat you to the puck, you idiots. He got to the puck first.
He did.
He touched the puck first. So there was no icing. And most likely the puck was across the red line when it was fired in. So sorry. That's why nobody on the broadcast was talking about icing, because it wasn't icing. It was a set play for the Bruins to win that game 2-1.
Those things happen. Like we used to have one on a face-off when I would see a guy lined up a certain way on a face-off and we were in the spot, and I would look at the wing and I would tap my helmet like this, and that meant take off. I'm winning this thing forward in your direction. That defenseman is standing still. He has no idea. You start with a sprint and you go. When it works, it feels like and you score a goal, it feels like 10 goals are scored. This one won the series.
After Pasta got called out, after he got called out after game 6 by Jim Montgomery.
Right. I mean, it doesn't always work that way. Same old story. Same song.
Toronto. This is the Toronto Sun.
They're brutal, man.
The next morning, same old story.
Same old story. That's the Toronto paper. Like they don't even let the body get warm or get cold. I mean, the body's still warm. They put that in his Sunday morning. The game was Saturday night. Cam's coming on the show tomorrow, by the way.
Who is?
Cam Stewart.
I want to do it on Sports Grid. He's going to wear the jersey on Sports Grid.
Okay.
It's way more fun that way.
Well, he's coming on tomorrow. I already booked.
All right, that's fine.
He
Let's do
couldn't
it.
come today, and
Okay.
it was 2 days of mourning, like
That's fine.
sitting shiva.
I waited about 8 hours before I tagged him in a tweet. So I waited a while before. If you guys don't know, Cam and I had a jersey bet for who was going to win the series.
Yeah.
Cam thought he was dead 3-1. Then at 3-3, he thought he was live. And then for a minute and 40 seconds during the game, he also thought he was live.
Oh,
and that's all he had. Was
they scored first. You can't even make the script up.
A minute 40. They had a minute and 40 seconds where they thought they were going to win the game. It was the most perfect story ending. Like you were talking about roasting something, like the hopes and joy of Toronto Maple Leafs fans got roasted. A minute 40 of belief, and it was bang, 1-1. And then it was, oh no, how are we going to lose this? We're going to lose this. How are we going to lose this? I thought Boston was going to lose it. I'm being totally honest. The Bruins got outplayed again. The dot, they got destroyed at the faceoff dot again. Every big faceoff won by Toronto. It was like every time it was like, okay, this is big, guys. Son of a gun. He lost it again here in Toronto was cycling the puck. Jeremy Swayman, if the Bruins win the cup, build a statue of Jeremy Swayman outside TD Garden. Because this performance in that series, unbelievable.
I mean, not even starting game one.
He's not. I don't think he is. He was on Pat today. So
Swayman was on Pat?
So Swayman being on Pat maybe go, it's Ullmark. They're going to play Ullmark tonight. And I'm okay with it. I am. I'm okay with it. He's got to be exhausted. You played a game 7 overtime, got on a plane and flew to Sunrise, Florida.
And slept all day and ready to play.
It is Swayman. Swayman is playing, according to Addison.
Are you nuts?
Oh, okay.
I got to rip that guy out of the crease. Are you going back out there? You're on fire, son. We're playing you until we lose. And then we might still be playing you. Linus, relax. Stay ready.
Okay.
That's a no-brainer.
Game 1 tonight. Who wins? Quick turn for Boston. Florida's a big favorite.
I don't know. I really don't know yet. I haven't decided. I mean, the money came on Boston initially.
Is it down?
There's places anywhere. It's 155 to 165.
Okay.
So it's varying prices.
How about the series price? Did they know the Bruins haven't lost yet to Florida?
No.
Anybody paying attention to that?
Doesn't matter. I told you that.
This is way too high. This price is wrong. I was like, whoa. I'm probably betting the Bruins win the series just because, like, I get this much plus money. If the Bruins win game 1 tonight, this whole thing, because there's a theory of the Bruins just keep rolling. The Panthers have been sitting flat-footed. This is what happened to Boston last year.
Yeah.
Florida came rolling into Boston, and all of a sudden it was like, whoa, they're playing a whole different game than we are. And it took the Bruins 2 games to get up to speed as to where Florida was physicality-wise. Like tonight, I can see Boston winning tonight just because Florida's been flat-footed for over a week.
I mean, keep in mind, and Linus just came in and chat and said that the regular season is irrelevant. The Golden Knights swept the Stars in regular season. How did that turn out?
It went to 7. What do you mean?
Well, yeah,
it went to
I
7,
think this is going to be
7. I mean,
this is going to be a long series. Give the boys and girls something to vote for in the chat right now. The hockey heads. Who wins tonight?
Oh boy,
Boston or Florida?
I can't wait to watch it.
I am so excited to watch it.
It's going to be a great hockey game.
I'll be on Sports Grid for the first 2 periods, but I told the kids, said, listen, there's one hockey game tonight. I'm watching it. So no plans for me. I mean, I'm on Sports Grid from 5 to 7. So after that, I'm watching a game. So no dinners, no practices, no bullshit. I'm watching a game. I don't know. I really don't know about the side. I mean, how many more unders do we got to see though?
This game. I think this game goes over.
I do too.
I bet the over in this game. I think this game, after watching what happened with Florida and, with the Carolina and New York, I think the referees are going to set the tone pretty early. The physicality of the series for both these teams. I mean, a lot of penalties were called in that game. I think the same thing happens tonight. The referees are going to set the
Carolina went
bar.
0 for 5 on the power play,
Right.
and the game still went over.
Yep. And I think a very similar thing happens here. I think power plays on power plays for both Florida and Boston tonight because the referees are going to be like, no, we're not going to let you guys do this. You're not going to, establish yourself going after each other. We're not going to let you take each other's throats out. We're going to keep the lid on it. And that will lead to power play goals for both. And Bobrovsky, and look, Swayman was unbelievable against Toronto. It doesn't mean Swayman's going to be great against Florida. But again, they're 4-0 this year against Florida. They haven't lost a game yet. So, yeah, ref show. I would agree. It was a ref show, but I think it's coming to this game too. I think the ref show is coming as well to Florida tonight in Sunrise. I think we're going to have a ton of penalties being called tonight.
Oh, my goodness. The last word just came in the chat and said Boston versus New York in NHL and NBA conference finals.
Let's go. Oh, I'll be so happy about that. Although I think I would go 1-1 if that happens.
Lose to the Rangers, beat the Knicks.
Yeah. Which, by the way, would kill New York. They'd rather have the Knicks win than the Rangers. So, the Rangers are like, they want the Knicks so desperately.
Well, I mean, you're talking about the refs in that Carolina Ranger game. You watched the Knights game, right?
No, they were not even. They just skated around for 3 periods.
I mean, they were hardly blowing the whistle for face-offs.
Yeah.
That was fast. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. I was riveted to the game. It was good, and there was nobody here that was even that interested. There was so much going on. I'm like, this is the Knights' last game. If they lose, and they're like, no, they'll find their win, and then they didn't. And
the Eichel missed open net was killer.
Oh, crusher,
killer! Like you had to score. That. I mean, I was just. Came down to the little plays, came down to just missing an open net versus hitting an open net versus the deflection. I mean, hitting a post. I mean, look at the first goal scored. Vegas hits a post, comes right back down, goal.
Right.
Like that stinks. That's the difference between advancing and losing and winning or losing and winning.
It's so weird because after the game, I was like, that's it. The Knights are done. And the girls were like, wait, the playoffs are over? And I'm like, well, here they are. And they're like, so no more parades or any of that other stuff? I'm like, no, it's done. That's it. It's over. I'm like, wow. Like, it's early. It's only the beginning of May. Last year, we were going to the parade at the end of June.
Right.
That was a lot of consumption of stuff and games and gear and having people over to the house to watch the game, or let's meet at, a joint and go watch it. I mean, I was out a little bit this morning and, somebody said something to me about it. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like the books are going to be fine, but there's a lot. I mean, we did a live show last year during the Stanley Cup Finals. Do you remember what Stadium Swim was like for that watch party?
Unbelievable. It was crazy.
It was incredible.
I think they'll still do it though. It just won't be as good. You don't think they'll do it at all? A cup watch party? You don't think so?
No. For what? Edmonton and Boston?
Just in general, just to watch the cup. No. I mean, people, it won't be heavily attended, but no?
I don't think so. I don't think so. The local angle being done after the Stanley Cup thing last year, that's a bummer, man. I don't know if they're going to. I mean, Edmonton and Boston. Let's open Stadium Swim and put it on.
Might be Edmonton, New York, though.
Well,
it might be, Colorado and New York. Like, there's a lot of we're a ways away here. Do you agree with this price, by the way?
Oh, this is unbelievable. This is great. So, literally texting last night. The game just ends, and I'm sending guys in the business.
Mm-hmm.
What's the price? What's the price? What's the price? What do you think? What do you have? What do you think? And the price against the Knights opened -120 or -125 stars. Said, is it the same price, just a little bit less? What should this be? This is right. right?
Tough series to call.
It can be anywhere between -15, -20, -25. I think you go Stars -130. That might be a bit much, especially because you just said it. How does it carry over to Game 7 to Game 1? They play tomorrow in Dallas, so there's no travel. The line on the game is -120. Guess what? That's the series price.
So we're talking split Game 1, Game 2?
I don't know. When you go through this one, like Colorado's got the best player individually. Yep. They got probably better power play, special teams with McCarr. They're healthier. I mean, they don't really have any injuries. I don't think Dallas has too many either, but we went through it all. And the only thing you can say for sure is Dallas got the better goalie and maybe way better goalie. So, yes, split likely. Least surprising is a split. Most surprising, obviously, Colorado wins both. But I don't think it's that surprising if Dallas wins both games. This is going 6 or 7 again.
100%. 100%. This is a war. This is an absolute war. Like, I don't know when these guys move on, whatever team wins, how much are they going to have left in the tank? This feels like Florida last year, where they went through just the gauntlet and they finally played the Knights. They had nothing left.
Yeah, and they got beat up for it.
I mean, think about
Colorado having an easy series was good. Dallas was hard.
Let's say Dallas wins this series, right? So Dallas goes 7 games with Vegas, 6 games with Colorado, and they face either the Rangers or the Hurricanes. Oh, sorry, no, flip out. So they'll play
Edmonton or Vancouver.
Vancouver, which is
just
even more
to get to the
just to get to the cup. And then in the cup, they're going to play Rangers, Hurricanes. I mean, it's not going to be Bruins. Like, it's not going to be easy in Florida, for that matter. I mean, if you win the cup this year, this is going to be literally, who has what left in the tank come the cup finals.
Who avoids the major injury.
Right.
And I mean, the goalie has been everything. This is definitely Cheshire Cat. This is way more tricky than Panthers in Boston. In that, there's no sweep, right? Like, can we just throw out that there will be no sweep in this series?
Wow. Could you imagine if one of these teams got swept?
I don't think
the one seed in Colorado, the odds-on favorite all year to win the cup, gets swept? No.
Yeah. All right. So we got I think a minimum of 6.
Agreed.
If not 7.
Agreed.
Florida and Boston aren't sweeping each other either, but that could be a 5er.
For who?
That either one.
Boston in 5? Oh my
I don't
gosh.
think that's happening.
I
think Florida's
that
winning.
happens. I got some people in Florida who are going to hear from me.
Yeah, I know. They're already circling. They're already circling to get you.
Get me. I don't care. I'm good. Bruins. I just need them to beat. I need them to beat Toronto. If the Bruins lose in this series, I could care less. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me in the least if they lose this series. Boston is not nearly as good as they were last year. Boston's got incredible goaltending. It was a hell of a walk. It was a hell of a walk to get past Toronto. That was a whale of a series. Florida, I've been saying it for a while. Florida is the best team in the East. Carolina's number 2. Rangers 3, Bruins 4.
All the favorites won, right?
Can you believe that?
All the favorites won. We got the 8 best teams left, I think, right? This is just enjoy it for what it is. I think you got so many opportunities to bet in game and, make a play on a game like tonight. If you think Florida's going to win, take them to win a series. That series price is going to double if they win convincingly. If you think Boston's going to win tonight, take Boston to win a series because you're going to get a price that ain't going to exist tomorrow.
No, I agree. I've done
like
that.
The fluctuation is going to be in the
yeah.
actual series price on these things because they're so close.
Yeah. I look, tonight's going to be huge. If the Bruins take game 1 from Florida, look out. Like if they win this game, a lot of times you win a series where you maybe not we're supposed to win it because of how things have gone. Like if that goal erupts Pasta and he turns into regular season Pasternak and they get the defense that they had, if Swayman's going to go to 2 goals or less every game and all we got to do is have Boston score 3 goals. I mean, I just think Boston's going to be tired tonight. So I think tonight is high scoring because I think tonight's going to be sloppy. I think Florida's going to be rusty, and I think Boston's going to be tired. So I think you're going to have major goal opportunities on both sides. I think this is a back and forth, up and down game tonight. 4-3 final.
I think what's underestimated with Florida is one, I mean, they are so deep. Like their lines, the way they're playing together, and
the Boston's they know them and has wanted them. That's why they went 4-0 in the regular season. Boston's no. Every time they see the Panthers. They want revenge. This is the perfect matchup for the Bruins after the Maple Leafs because there's no overlooking Florida. There's no like, are we going to get up? Are we tired?
Right.
This is just, okay, boys, it's time to get revenge.
I'm so impressed with Florida. The thing I think that people underestimate with Florida is their physicality. They're a physical hockey team. They can fly and skate and all this other stuff, but they will get in your face. They will glove wash you. They will bump your goalie.
That's not going to bother Boston. That's not going to bother Boston.
I know,
but
it might wear them out.
Possibly, or Florida gets. Or how rusty is Florida going to be? Florida sat last year. It worked out horribly for them against Vegas. They sat. Yeah. They got cold. They got cold. They're chilled out. Never could bounce back. They were tired and they were sore and they never got going. They've been sitting at home. It's only the first round, but Florida's been sitting for a long time again. While Boston gets keep on going, right back onto it. We'll know quick. First period tonight, we'll know fast as to who's sharper tonight.
I can't wait.
If the Bruins come in, score first, and they're rolling, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I absolutely cannot wait. It's going to be such a fun hockey game.
Oh,
we'll get to hockey here in a second, but the Cavs down 18. Largest come from behind Game 7 victory in NBA history. Did Orlando choke it or did Cleveland win it?
I didn't watch 1 second of it.
Oh, okay. I thought Orlando really got ice cold and Cleveland kept rolling. I mean, the first half was all Orlando. Second half was all Cleveland.
Did they chant "We want Boston" in Cleveland?
No, it was smart for them not to do that. You don't want to do that because the numbers.
I got video that they did.
Oh, really? I didn't see it. If they did, good luck because you're minus 3,000. You're minus 3,000. Good luck.
That's 30-1.
1 to 30.
Played a game yet?
It's 1 to 30.
You got to lay 30-1.
1.
I mean, people come in a book like, I want to bet the Celtics to win the series. Okay, sir, give me $30. I'll hold it for a week and a half, and I'm gonna give you back 31. What? I'm good. Like people used to do that all the time. I'm like, but they'd go, they'd bet it for like $20. And I'd print a ticket. They'd win 80 cents.
Oh.
And they'd look at it and is this right? Yeah. They're that big of a favorite. I'll cancel the ticket. Void it.
Yeah. We don't want it.
Yeah. No, try to, as you train new people and you tell them like, look, tell them what they win when they lay this 20-1 or 30-1 stuff. Because you're not going to make any money. You might lose the ticket between now and the time the series is over for the dollar. I mean, there's no shot, right?
No. I mean, there's a shot. No. I'll take that back. I think it's not actually a horrible bet. Plus 1120.
Are you playing everybody right now?
No, just throw on. I just throw. I'm talking about just a value bet.
You think Cleveland could beat Boston in a series?
This is sports. I do not think that, but I know it's sports. And this Boston team is going to lose 2 games guaranteed. One, they'll be sound asleep and they'll walk themselves off a cliff. Secondly, there will be a Donovan Mitchell 50-point epic performance game, and they will beat Boston outright themselves. This is going to go 6.
Wow.
So, I mean, Boston is not – they're not built to sweep people. Like, they're just mentally not tough enough.
Oh, my.
They're just not. It's the truth. I mean, it's just they're young and they fall asleep. How did they lose game 2 to Miami? They won games 3, 4, and 5 by 20, 20, and 30.
Don't know.
Okay. So, like, explain to me how they would lose game 2. They were mentally
It's
asleep.
sports, bro. I mean,
Yes,
you're right.
They're mentally asleep. So, can Cleveland win?
Cleveland got to
Sure.
beat this team 4 times.
I'm not saying it's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's not likely, but I'm going to say you can go ahead and I don't mind throwing $10 on that just for the hell of it. Plus 1120. Why not? It's a flyer. I've purchased stupider tickets than that.
Percy Roscoe. Cavs play very well versus Bees. Okay.
They do, but again, are we talking regular? Is it regular season versus, what happened? I mean, Boston went 2-1 against Cleveland this year. They lost by 105-104 at home about 2 months ago.
Give the boys in the chat because they're overwhelmingly voted for the Panthers tonight, 78% to 22%.
Oh,
how many games
Boston wins?
did the Cavs win in this series? 0, 1, or 2? Or do you want to do any? Can you add 3 if you want? I'll give them 3 options because if they win 3, it's going 7. I would rather bet Celtics in 5 and Celtics in 6.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're gonna go
0, 1, or 2.
2. Yeah,
is the options.
Yes, to make it easier on this.
If you're watching the show live, vote, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for being here.
Oh, cut it out, JC from KC. What
What did he say?
Cavs win 4.
Cavs win 4.
Stop it, dude. Come on now. That's not even funny. That's not even funny. All right. Mystic Dan wins the Kentucky Derby, 18-1 odds. Not profitable for me, but profitable for you.
I hit the all button on the trifecta again.
Right.
So I got the trifecta. I mean, I had to spend. I made like $180.
Okay, it's good.
Which is better than losing. After Rich Strike, my wife thinks we're supposed to win that type of thing every time.
Year, right?
I'm like, you understand? She's like, you hit the try again? I said, hold on.
Right.
I watched the race. Everybody was jacking up and down. It was a hell of a race. I mean, come down the stretch and then the photo finish. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Where's the mirror? How many times with the pictures and the this and the that? And then boom, they come with the 3, the 11, and then the 2. Had it been the other way, might have paid a little bit more. It felt bad for the Sierra Leone. Oh, no, it was 3, 2, 11, right? Yeah,
no,
Sierra Leone was 2.
I thought they came in 3rd. I thought.
No.
Forever
The
Young
11 came in 3rd. Forever Young, the Japanese horse, who I just threw in the 3rd spot. So had it come in 2nd and reversed it, I'd have been Stugatz. I'd have had nothing.
Oh, okay.
So I was rooting for the. I'm yelling downstairs. She's leaving for the bowling, and she's like, "Did we win? Did we win?" They wouldn't even watch the race with me. I was banished upstairs to watch the race because I was on the sports group with you and Joe. We get off. Boom. Let's watch the race. Here we go.
What happened to fierceness?
Bye-bye.
Wow.
I don't know.
Torched. I mean, that was the thing, right? It was all or nothing. Everyone said either he wins the thing going away or nothing. That was nothing. I mean, they got smoked. I felt horribly. I was so Amanda gave me 3 horses. She had Mystic Dan in one of it. She wanted to do a $20 try box with 3 horses. She wanted to put Forever Young. She wanted to put Mystic Dan, and she wanted to put a different horse in. So she wouldn't have won, but I went through and looked at it, and I was like, I talked her out of it. I was like, well, the track's gonna be dry. You can't bet Mystic Dan. It's just everyone's saying it's a mutter of a horse. It's not doing it. You can't bet Mystic Dan. Horse, it ends, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Discuss this at dinner this week.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so sorry.
We're gonna have to discuss this at dinner. I'm gonna give her my number, and if she has any more horse ideas, I'll take care of it.
My fault.
Good. She's got a line of credit with me.
I said, hey, by the way, if that had hit and I told you, I talked you off of it, I was like, I would have paid that ticket myself. Like I would have paid it. I would have given you what I would have wanted.
Could have cost you a boatload.
I know. And I would have felt horrific. I would have paid it because I would have been like, you know what? I'm going to pay this for you because I felt awful. I was like, man, alive. I talked you out of Forever Young and Mystic Dan. I talked you out of 2 horses that she liked.
Muck.
I know. I was like, well, luckily it didn't. The 3rd one didn't hit, so it was okay. So she wouldn't have won anything.
I'm leaving I'm going to go put these bets in at the book. And I say to Kendall, look at this sheet. Give me 3 horses.
Okay.
She goes, just put them in order. I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, it's going to come like 1, 2, 3, or 5, 6, 7, or 8, 9, 10. So I went through for 50-cent try boxes and did every sequence.
Oh my.
You know, it came in 3, 2, 11, 4.
Wow.
If the 4 would have gotten third.
Oh yeah, I had 2, 4, 7. So if I had figured, if that 4 was a bummer, I was like, man, I could have gotten something out of it.
Yeah,
Forever Young killed me. I was bummed.
We used to have a guy come in the book and bet the sequences because you'd be surprised how many times the horses that are next to each other in the gates come out and run. You know, it comes in 7, 5, 6,
right,
or 3, 1, 2, or whatever. And I thought, you know, the kids know. Sometimes they know. Sometimes the wives and the girlfriends know. They just throw stuff out at you. Now, the problem is that most of the time it's 20/20 vision. That's what I call it, the 20/20 club, not 20 stolen bases and 20 home runs. It's that vision that you could use through the glasses after the fact when they tell you, oh, I knew Mystic Dan was going to win. No, you did not.
You're
telling me now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Amanda told you before.
Oh no, I got text evidence of it. She said, "Here's the try bucks I want to bet for $20." And I was like, "Nah, you can't bet Mystic Dan. Can't bet Forever Young."
You're not even a horse guy. What are you doing?
I'm not, but yeah, my bad. Sorry, I screwed up. That was like,
now this horse isn't even going to run in the Preakness.
Well, because if everyone's right, Sierra Leone's going to run the Preakness and kill everybody. So everyone thinks that horse is made for the Preakness. So we'll see, but that will be, that was that stunk for sure. But you know, hey, fun race, awesome finish. Can't beat it. The NASCAR race also came down to a photo finish. It was a really wild sports race weekend. It came right down to like very, very tight windows. Did I get you? Otani watch. So you like the Braves going
tight windows.
Tight windows, yes. Otani watch. You liked the Braves going into the weekend. They get swept by the Dodgers. Otani hits 2 home runs. He's now tied for the major league lead. Where did this come from? With home runs for Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, God.
Now the Dodgers are like, this is why we signed him. Here we go. Are the Dodgers set to do that run I've been waiting for? That ridiculous 22 stretch.
Of course, you know it's coming. It's just, I mean, this is one of those things, right?
Yep.
Walker Buehler's showing up today. Thanks. Okay. We just swept the Braves. And you go, oh, bring that kid back today against the Marlins. This will be perfect. I don't know. I mean, I broke out the Dodger stuff for that reason. It's time. It's, you know, the end of hockey season here. I'm going to have to put the night stuff away. That's done. Start really looking at the baseball. Big series for the Dodgers over the weekend. He's getting hot. Ohtani watch.
Here we go.
Love the stinger.
Here we go. I mean, I would agree. Braves getting swept was like a wait, what, Covey? I agree. I didn't see that coming. It was like, what the? I mean, maybe 2 out of 3 are worse, but not swept.
I thought for sure they were going to win Sunday. After they lost Friday, Saturday, I thought for sure, okay, this is what they're going to do. But then I went on with Kevin on Sports Grid on Sunday. They got the bonus. They got the 3-game parlay, Kevin, with me and you.
Oh, right.
Which was genius idea, by the way. You should probably do that more. That was probably good for ratings. I told the story about the guy who told me years ago, no bookie, Dave, bet the sweep. Nobody bets the sweep. Bet the sweep in those situations, especially when you're getting a dog and home in the Dodgers. That's it. I don't know how many more times your Dodgers are going to be a dog at home. So, not a dog today. Today's the uncomfortable lay.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but that's a $3 lay on that for sure.
This is great.
Did I get you on that?
Of course you did. I did a jump scare. That was good. You got everybody with that one. Yeah, even Brother Dan. Brother Dan's in the chat.
Hi.
He said if the name of the horse was Mystic Brother Dan, he would have bet it.
Fair. Okay.
Bullshit. If it's Dan in the name, you got to bet it. Kentucky Derby.
Fair.
It's a big shot.
The proxy service text line is 702-570-8255. Get used to it. Get comfortable. Put it in your phone. If you're going to use us for the brigade proxy service, put it in your phone. This is how you're going to communicate with us during the setup to come to Vegas to sign up and during the week if you need to make your picks, plays, and whatnot. So we have a lot going on. 702-570-8255. We're going to Chicago. If you guys need information about the football handicapping contest, the Circa Sports Million, and the Circa Survivor, we'll have full details and full information at Over Under Bar coming up next Thursday in Chicago, where we will be live from 3 until 5 with Circa Sports Illinois. You got to come to Vegas at Circa Sports Vegas to be able to enter it, but you can learn all about it coming up. The entries for Circa will begin somewhere in the next couple of weeks. We don't know exactly the date, but soon there should be an announcement for when they will officially be open to take entries. Memorial Day, somewhere in that range, right?
Yes.
Somewhere in that range.
If you're in Vegas for Memorial Day and want to sign up for the contest, you will be able to do it.
Yes. So we've got that coming up. 702-570-8255. Do not call that number, as we always tell you. Just go ahead and put that in your phone.
If you want to send out an email, do it with the bvbshow.com. The bvbshow.com.
Yep.
There's a button there that you can write an email. It comes directly to us now. And, the text line is the admin. We see it later. We get it, whatever. Do it all. It's right there. Call for a good time. No, do not call for a good time.
No, please do not call that. You can text that. Do not do that. JJ Watt said yesterday on a podcast that he would come back if the Texans really needed him.
Is this real?
Yeah, this sounds real.
Bro.
JJ, look, if you're JJ Watt, right, and you played your whole career with the Texans, and you played on some bad football teams, and you're looking at them this year with that offense, with that quarterback, going, if I can avoid training camp, I might be able just to walk in like week 8 and go play and try to win a ring. Why wouldn't you do it? I would do it in 2 seconds.
Big job at CBS.
Yeah, but what does he care? These guys don't care about that. This is a way of spending time. This is burning minutes in their lives to do something. They don't want to do it. He wants to play football. He's a football player. Brother's still playing. He wants to play.
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, I think there's a shot. I think there's a good shot that I don't know what the category of it they really need me means. I don't know what that means. Like something they got a big injury or like their pass rush is not good enough or what. But don't tell me JJ is not in enough shape to go play football right now.
I think he's in shape. Do they need him?
Oh, that's a good question. Do they need him? Right. I think you'd always need him personally.
I mean, is he accepting a lesser role? Man, my shoulders hurt. He's not playing every down.
No, he's a third down rush to the quarterback guy. But why not? Sign for the league minimum, trying to win a championship. Be a veteran presence in that locker room. Oh, I mean, if I'm the Texans, I'm like, okay, what do we got to do, man? How do we make this work?
I don't know. Once you do it and you do it the way you did it, was all new. Last year was all new, right?
The broadcasting, you mean?
Ryan's all new. CJ Stroud, all new. Like, we did our thing. Like, listen, we'll pay homage.
I forgot he played with the Cardinals. See, that's how bad it was. I forgot that JJ played with the Cardinals. He's not that old.
Yeah.
I think I would, if I'm the Texans, I would 100% entertain the idea. Say, let's see if you can be a veteran presence. You're not going to have to be every down back. We got Will Anderson and company. We got great defensive linemen. You can coach them up, teach them up, and play at 25% of the snaps.
I don't know. I'm not sold. Just go to the Steelers and get it over with. WV Punch Drunk One
to play with his brother.
Now there's a story.
Fair. You go play with your brother, but I think he'd rather win in Houston. It's, better for his brand to go play in Houston and win it there with the Texans.
Right.
Talk about making a legend for yourself is to go back out of retirement and help the team win a Super Bowl.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what that does to the guys that are there and in there.
Okay.
And like he's taking a spot and
true.
I don't know. How many years did he play in Arizona? I forgot about that. The J.J. Watt years in Arizona. 1?
Oh, let's see. J.J.
2
Watt's-
years. How many? Ask the chat. How many years did he play in Arizona?
2. Played 21, 22. 7 games, 16 games.
Oh, my.
2-year career. Had 12 and a half sacks his last year in Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah, had a hell of a year. 16 games, 12 and a half sacks. I mean, he left on top. He got gas in the tank, man.
Right.
He can play. He's got gas in the tank.
That's one of those situations. I mean, I say it all the time. Like, I would play until I couldn't play no more. Like,
Right.
Even if I was playing at a lesser level, I just love being around a team all the time. And just like, I'd be good going from being, like a hockey reference to, playing on the first line to playing on the fourth line. Listen, that happens even in life. Like, sometimes you're playing on the first line and sometimes you're relegated to, being the goon that goes and runs into the goalie to take a 2-minute penalty. That's why hockey, I think, has that analogy. I would play until they ripped the uniform off me, or somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Dave, you can't do it no more."
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
I don't think anybody did that with JJ.
Nope. He walked because he had the offer from CBS. They said, "Hey, you can come do TV. Stop
Right.
playing." And so he did for last year. Maybe he realized TV is boring. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to go play. I'm a football player. Just saying. Compared to playing football, TV is boring. Let's be frank. It is. Like, you want to sit on a desk once a week and talk about players that you played against and you think you're better than now? Or do you want to go put a helmet on and go play? He wants to go play. Don't blame it. Don't blame it at all. Don't blame him at all. Game 2 tonight, Nuggets. What's the number? Is it up to 6.5? Did the Gobert news make it jump that much?
7.
7. Wow. Rudy Gobert is out, most likely. His wife or partner announced she's pregnant with a child in February. So now we are here in May, and there could be some complications going on with that. So that is why Rudy Gobert will not be available. Most likely he's questionable, but those close to the team are thinking he's not going to play tonight. And that number indication would indicate he's not playing tonight.
Wow.
7.
Man, oh man, all you want of all the games this weekend, gotta say, this one really delivered. This was good. I was like,
Yep.
I was watching the hockey, but I was cheating. I was on my side piece was this basketball game. I'm just telling you, it was good.
It's awesome.
I was so impressed with Minnesota. Again, I've been impressed talking about it and thinking about it.
Fearless.
Absolutely.
Fearless. They have no fear. None. They are not afraid of Denver at all. Denver looked slow. They looked old. They made them look like an aging out champ. I was stunned. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that was it's fun to see. Like, you're waiting for the Nuggets run, right? Like, you kept, all right, trailing. All right, third quarter, here it comes. No,
Yep.
Wait a second. Hold on here. I'm watching a number, and, at that point, I was like, it's over. Minnesota's winning this game. It's time to bet Minnesota -1.5. I was waiting for that. The favorite's going to come back, run. Do you take the points? Do you take the points? Do you take the points? Done. Does that translate to tonight?
This is the last time I'll bet Denver if they lose this game and don't cover. This is the last time I will question the T-Wolves tonight.
By betting Denver.
Yeah. I laid 5.5, though. I didn't lay 7.
The game 1 win the series bet is out.
Correct. Dead.
With Denver.
But it was only -110. That's why I played it. It was better than the money line to -180.
Oh, did you play it? Oh.
I bet it. Yeah, I bet it. But I didn't. It's okay because it was only -110. So it was a better price. Essentially, just a money line game 1 discount.
Right.
So I bet 1.1 units down on it the same way I would have bet the money line for them to win was -185.
Oh.
Game 1. I got -110.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I know all the stats, Nikki. They're 5-0. They've won. They're rolling. 5 wins, 5 covers. Like, look out.
Forget what they did against Phoenix. That's fine. Like, Phoenix is a mess. Denver's the defending champs in their building.
Yep.
With the altitude and all the other stuff, they were the better team on Saturday. I mean, there's no question. I would be surprised if Denver doesn't cover tonight. I ain't made no plays yet. I'm going to check these Denver numbers and, the Jokic number for the triple-double.
Yep.
He ain't got Gobert in there to
bother him. But Cat could have a big game, though. I mean, Cat could be huge tonight.
That's fine, but Gobert is like the guy that just it's uncomfortable all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I don't know. I telling you, first thought is Denver.
Agreed. I'm on Denver. Knicks, Indiana tonight. Totals up to 217. Knicks are laying 6. Does this seem heavy to you?
Knicks are laying pretty much 5.5 now.
Okay. 6 seems heavy. I was like,
actually universal 5.5.
Okay.
Amazing. The numbers painted every place in the entire world on the on screen has the same number. This is, I mean, it's almost 1:00 in the afternoon Pacific. Guys, if you're watching a show, go to 5. Just go to 5. See what happens. See if someone will lay it. That's what I would say to you right now. If it was BVB book, P-Roll, what are you doing? Before we have lunch, let's move it to 5. I want to see if they want to lay it. You think anybody wants to lay this? Is this an uncomfortable lay? 5?
7?
5.
6? 5? I don't know. I think 6 and 5.5 is too heavy. I think Indiana's going to be in this game to the end. Pace.
Oh, crap. We got a lot of votes for that. How many games did the Cavs win? 0, 1, or 2? Everybody voted 1 is the majority. 2 is the second choice. No sweep. Give them this right now. Indiana +6. Nope, 5.5. Put 5.5 because we're current. If you guys watch the show live, you get the current. If you watch it later, you get the review. But just fine. We appreciate you whenever you watch or listen to the show. 5.5. Who covers? I mean, can the Pacers win the game, P-Roll?
Yes.
Pacers win the game.
Yes. Not betting it, only betting the total.
More surprising. Pacers win a game and Knicks win by double digits.
Double digits. Knicks might win, but I think they win by 10 or more. Knicks are minus 290 to win the series.
That's telling you something. Ain't no believers in no risk rooms nowhere about the Pacers.
Shocking, to be honest.
Is it?
I like Indiana.
I do too.
I like Indiana. I like Halliburton. I know he's game time decisions, but I like Indiana. I think
what do you think the brigade votes? How's this poll end up in about 10 minutes?
65% Indiana.
Public dog?
Public dog, but everyone hates the Knicks.
Oh, shit.
It's the Knicks. So everyone hates the Knicks. It's New York. Everyone hates New York.
Oh, boy.
It's not a lie. I'm not lying. Everyone hates New York. Who likes New York? New York people like New York. That's it. The only people who like New York are people from New York. That's it. The only ones who like New York. That and people who may be living like in the Midwest who are, fucked in the head. I like the Knicks, the Dodgers, and the Rams. I know these people. I told you, I met them. You met them. I introduced you to the people who just cherry pick different teams from different cities. Who are like, I know I did there and there and there. What's the rhyme or reason? I don't know. I liked them when I was whatever. I turned on the TV when I was 7 years old, and I liked the color of the Knicks. Like, it's just dumb, stupid stuff. But that's fine.
Bing bong.
Yeah. See, Joe, it's interesting because Boston's become that. I'll give you that. But you got to remember, Boston didn't always used to be there. You know what I mean? Boston for 20 years, before the last 25
Boston,
years.
My whole life,
they were awful.
Stunk.
They were bad. They were really bad. Terrible. So the ingrained hatred of the New York metropolitan area goes back 100 years. It's way deeper than that. The evil empire, the Yankees, and all of the stuff that went on. Hating New York has been a tradition in U.S. sports dating back like pre-prohibition. Like this is like hating Boston is relatively new. Like this is a new thing to hate Boston. And I'm okay with it. I'm fine with hating Boston, but it's just not the same as hating New York. Way easier to hate New York. It's way more fun to hate New York, to be quite honest.
They make it easy.
Oh, they really do. They make it very easy to hate New York. All right, Vegas, big announcement over the weekend. WrestleMania is coming here April 19th and 20th, 2025. WrestleMania 41 coming to Las Vegas. You went to the WrestleMania, not to the actual event, but you went to all the stuff around it in Philadelphia.
Yep.
What's it going to be like in Vegas?
Oh, if you haven't been to a WrestleMania, you're coming to this one.
Okay.
If you're a wrestling fan, this is the one. This is already. I got 5 texts over the weekend about people. I think I'm coming. We'll be here. Depending on when you all get in, I'll pick you up in the van, take you to the.
Did you see what happened at the airport this weekend?
No.
Oh my! I mean,
what?
They canceled the festival, right? The Friends and Family Festival got canceled, and everyone freaked out over that.
Yep.
But the ride share on Friday night, when everyone came into town for that festival, was I'd never seen the videos that I saw. It was unbelievable. I mean, like hundreds of people all spread out trying to fight to find their Ubers and their Lyfts. It was really bad.
Yeah, see, this is my backup plan. If all this stuff doesn't work out, I'm gonna get a BVB wrap on the van, and we're gonna have BVB will pick you up when you get here, like to Vegas. We'll get them to and from the event.
It's
We'll
420.
from their place.
Eric just pointed this out. It's over 420 weekend.
Do you understand?
Oh my God, WrestleMania at 420.
So no, they moved it. It was always Final Four weekend.
Okay.
They moved it back to this 419, 420 weekend. It's going to be insane. Not big, not a lot. It's going to be nuts. These people come and they spend money. They go to these events. Like the wrestling fan experience that I ended up at. That
it's Easter weekend. It's also Easter weekend.
Well, I mean, this is the place to not celebrate like
right.
sacred holidays. Right. I mean,
you
become numb. I forget when these holidays are sometimes. I mean, I was working in the book all the time. I was like, wait, this weekend's Easter? What? I didn't even know. So this is a monster, P-Roll. This is an absolute monster. That Lovers and Friends thing getting canceled was big, huh?
They were so mad because it was really windy, but people who are used to like in the Midwest, like they were really mad. They're like, we would have been uncomfortable, but we paid a lot of money to come here. Like, what are we doing? People don't realize that like the projectiles that happen in Vegas when the high wind warnings come out.
Holy crap. Did you see any trampolines on the side of the street?
Yeah, they fly around like, they become dangerous projectiles.
In their backyards, the garbage cans are down the street at the neighbor's place. There's nothing stays still.
Yeah, I think it's going to be wild if that's what's going to happen. I can't wait to see the event, though. 420 and WrestleMania coming together. Final Four weekend, WrestleMania the weekend after. Like it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, this is what we do. I mean, people who come here, I guarantee there's going to be wrestling fans who say, why don't we come to Vegas every year? Because it's easy. At Allegiant Stadium, the whole setup, all of the fan fest, all of it, it's easy. It's another Super Bowl type of thing. It's easy. This is what we do.
100%. I mean, I don't know for sure, so I can't say 100%, but they'll probably set up the fan experience at Mandalay Bay.
Right, like we did with the Super Bowl.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's highly entertaining, fun to walk around, see all this stuff. I mean, Pat and the boys will be here, so that'll be fun. We'll get to see them on a home game for us. It's going to be nuts. I mean, that's going to be way different, and that is really a family event. Like parents share the wrestling. Because if you're as old as us, I'm 53, you're 47. Like wrestling was a thing when we were kids, and sometimes you get away from it, right?
Yep, 100%.
when you have kids and they get into it, you can kind of relive it with them and you can talk about the rest, but it's all new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a ton of, parents with their kids here. That's a different thing. So I don't know. I mean, Mikey Awesome's already making plans. He's coming out. Start saving now. It'll be a blast. Way different. Joe C. Myers, I don't know if he's in the chat right now. He has been a little bit today, but he was talking about us ranting and raving about F1. I'm not ranting and raving about this WrestleMania at all because they'll have it on lock. Like they'll have it all organized.
This
all
is
one
not
place.
even. I mean, look, if F1 came here the same way that WWE was coming here,
I'd
be
love
all
it.
for it. I'd be all for it. If F1 was going to the NASCAR track, I'd be all for it.
Right.
The problem with F1 is that we are here on May the 6th and they are closing roads now.
It's so messed up.
F1's in November. And you're causing me problems today. Why the hell do I want that race here? By the way, the Miami race, they had to massively discount tickets again. Had to do a massive trying to get people to come in. Over the weekend, the Miami F1 race didn't go well, didn't sell well.
I saw a couple people that we know in the business and other things talking about the cost, like gouging. And I said, oh, well, we told you this last year. Just listen to the show.
Tacos.
I don't know what to tell you. We told you this.
3 carne asada tacos were $120.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were they big tacos?
Don't know, but the list,
$1.20?
the list of foods was insanity in Miami. Like the cost was like poke chips to get the poke chip dip was $150.
Are you serious? You sure there wasn't a decimal point in there?
Some people taking photos and posting it up, saying people like this can't be real. They're like, no, it's real. This is what they're charging in Miami for food.
Oh my God.
Like it just stupid. And then Verstappen didn't win. Verstappen didn't win the race.
He lost.
Do you
understand how disappointed Addison is going to be right now? Addison had to go. Addison listens and watches the show every day. He's one of our wrenches, and he wants us to talk about F1. We just did more F1 in that minute and a half than we did in a year.
Look, if somebody wants to make me a shirt that says FF1, I'll wear it every day. I'll wear it every day.
Good idea.
Make me a shirt that says FF1.
EFF F1 or just
either
F1?
F1. EFF F1, whatever you want. Just I'll wear it every day. I can't. This needs to go away. It has to go away. This race has to go away. Nobody wants it locally. I've not met a single person who cares about F1, who wants F1 here, who enjoyed the race, who likes the trouble that what it looks like on TV. It was fun. It was novel. It was one. Great. One and done. Be gone. I don't need it again. I don't want it again. And it's just what it is. And it's a constant pain in the ass for an event that we don't like, that we don't watch, that we don't care about, that we don't want to hear.
But I can tell you this, it does bring in a lot of people.
Yep. So does Lovers and Friends. We just canceled that, or we just canceled that because of wind. A lot of things, we do a lot of things in Vegas that brings in a lot of people that we don't fuck the whole entire market up for. Like this is what we do. We've had the Super Bowl. We're gonna have WrestleMania. We're gonna have the Final Four. This is what we do. We do events. We're great at it until the actual mode of getting anywhere gets completely disrupted for a race that happens over 3 days.
Wait, so the actual Final Four is here in the spring?
We're getting a Final Four. I can't remember when.
Oh God, I was going to say that's going to be a hell of a
no, but we're getting it. It's coming.
Oh, I know. But
the
actual Final Four,
2028. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Johnny. Woo.
But it's coming. Yeah. Yeah, the Win dealers want it here. Great, JR. So let's screw the whole entire market up for the dealers at the Win.
Well, no, listen, they bring in a lot
I know.
of money.
Great. I'm not saying they don't.
They gamble a ton.
It affects a very small number of people. And oh yeah, by the way, most of the corporations that own properties here in Vegas aren't Vegas companies. So they take the money and it leaves Doesn't stay here.
Yeah.
It pays people's salaries. It pays their tips when they pool tips. That's great. But we're talking about screwing up somebody who works at a casino's life for months just to drive to work. What's the point of that?
It's, I mean, like last year, people quit. They just quit the job. They're like, I can't do this. I can't take an hour and a half each way every day to add on to this. And then you tell me I can't go down this road. I got to park, take a shuttle, we'll do all this other stuff. There's a lot of inconvenience. If the F1 came without the inconvenience, like you said,
I wouldn't care.
Would love it.
If it didn't, if it would be like Lovers and Friends. I had no interest in that thing. None. I have no interest in that music. That's your cup of tea. You would have been in love with it. Awesome lineup.
I was trying to go.
Of course.
I had a guy. I was lined up.
And it's fine. There's plenty of events that come in here. I wanted to go. I was desperate to go see a band called Bad Omens, which I'm obsessed with. Madeline and I, it's a running joke in the car because she wants Taylor. I want Bad Omens. And we fight over who gets what music all the time. I don't care about Lovers and Friends. I was going to go to the Sick New World Festival to go watch Bad Omens. There were 75,000 people in the area in which Lovers and Friends was going to be at. And I went, nope, I'm good.
Oh, that's a little tight. That's too many people in that area.
Especially for metal music and a lot of big, sweaty guys. So I was like,
can't
do it. I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I'm stopping. Sorry. But I didn't do it for that reason.
You don't like them big crowds at all. Like that would have been, you'd have had to have a problem. That would have been no good for you. That would have been
no go. But that would have been something that I would have gone to. And it would have been busy and parking would have been problematic and everything else. But that thing came and went and not a single person knew it was here. We had 75,000 people on the fairgrounds for metal music. And it was 3 days in, out, no problem. That's what we do. Even when we have like EDM, when the EDC concerts come here, when the EDC event happens. Here, okay. There's no issue. People come, they go, they party. A lot of people go to the hospital because they take bad drugs, but it's all good. It's like in, out. Like there's no worries. It's a 3-day, 4-day weekend and we're all good. Like we are built for this stuff. We're not built because we're a relatively young city in terms of having a ton of traffic. Like we're just not built up yet. Our infrastructure really can't handle, like there's like 4 or 5 roads in and out of the strip. And if you shut down 2 or 3 of them, you create big problems for people. They can't move.
Stinks.
And so you're creating all of this economic impact over a 3-day period where most people aren't going to feel it. Some people feel it, but the vast majority do not. And F1 is trying hard to claim that like they're cutting ticket prices down. No, they're not. They're going to be less inconvenient. No, they're not. It's all the same thing going over and over and over again. And they don't care because they don't live here. They come in here and they leave. So to them, it's like, whatever. It's up to the Clark County people. It's up to people who live here.
Addison came back to the show and got in the chat just because somebody must have reached out to him and said, those 2 guys are talking about F1 right now.
Yeah.
And he came back in for the Lovers and Friends conversation.
Yeah. So baseball. Twins had won 12 straight. Red Sox beat them yesterday. Their Dogs at home. Oh, sorry, on the road to Seattle tonight. No, they're home. Sorry, they're home. Dogs at home to Seattle today. Surprising.
Let me look at the pitching matchup, sir. I didn't look at that game. No. Castillo's numbers, man. He's one of those guys I can't quit either. I just the game probably could be pick 'em -110 both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably going to go that way.
Right.
You know,
to a pick. 12 in a row and they lose 9-2 to the Red Sox and they're at home and Seattle's coming in. Surprised to see them not being favored given how hot they've been with them.
Under is probably the better play in the game.
Under 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Royals against the Brewers. Reagan's against Wilson. Total is 8 in this game. This was 125. I would have bet it. It's a little bit too expensive for me, but I like the Royals today. They're going to be a team I'm going to bet on a lot. I like the Royals a lot.
Yeah, this is interesting because Milwaukee's a good team too, and I think they're one of the teams that you got to get a better feel for the price, like from the odds making standpoint. Like, how big of a dog should they be today? They should be dogs. I agree. You'll see this is probably the peak.
Okay.
They're going to bet the Brewers in this spot. I'm not saying it's going to be a lot. And listen, Reagan's has been great. We got JC from KC, and Royals fans they're starting to build. I almost came on today.
He's been in the
Royals.
chat saying the high wind gusts, 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
Oh, here
in this
we go.
game.
Oh, if it was anything that was here this weekend is going across the Midwest.
Yep.
It's going to be windy as hell, boys.
Yeah.
Over the. Oh.
Yeah. Pop flies 8.5 now as it climbs, the total climbing. And then finally, Dodgers, Walker Buehler making his return.
Come on, bro.
Here's your uncomfortable lay of the day. Minus 305 with the Miami Marlins.
This is why we come up with this stuff. Because if you show yourself on another show and you call it anything else but the uncomfortable lay of the day, we know you got it from us, which is fine. Again, just say thank you.
Right.
You want Miami in this spot? They beat
Hell
Oakland
no.
yesterday.
I mean, I watched a bit of that game. Boyle couldn't throw a strike to save his life for
You
the A's.
watched a bit of that game.
I watched first couple of innings. I watched the 3-run home run. I watched 4 runs from the Marlins in the first inning. I was like, what the hell am I watching? The Marlins scored 4 runs in the first inning. This is nuts.
Yeah.
Boyle was awful.
You see the price on the Dodgers right now?
It's it's minus 345 now. Yikes. Damn. Everybody is on it. I don't mind.
Game's at 7:00, and it's a single standalone game on a kind of the playoffs
Non-baseball.
are taking precedence, right?
Right. Non-baseball.
What is this number close?
400?
That's the top.
Yeah, minus
That's
400.
what I was going to say. Very good. So
Minus
you get
400.
this. You could do the odds.
Not really. Time for better to book. All right, better to book it time.
Hold on.
What?
20-second timeout. I just looked out of the chat. Covey said, I just took the fish and it was an uncomfortable. What do we call it when you take the uncomfortable dog? Because an uncomfortable lay is one thing. He's not even comfortable taking plus 260.
I don't know. What would you call that?
I don't know.
We called it Clifford with rhythm. We were calling them remember we were calling them Cliffords, and we were talking a big red dog. If it's a Clifford.
James, we thank you for supporting the show and for being a part of the Rhythm Fridays. That's maybe on hiatus, but we're 100% stealing the Clifford from you, James. You've left your legacy. We're calling it a Clifford until someone comes up with a better name.
It's a big dog.
Clifford, the big dog. Play of the day.
I would not bet with the Marlins.
I don't want that.
No, not
although
that.
you don't know what you get with Buehler, right? Is he on a pitch count?
He is, but I mean, he's back.
Pitches?
Yeah, but Marlins can't score against anybody anyway. And the Dodgers lineup is gonna. I mean, Shohei's killing the baseball right now, like killing the baseball. He could outscore them himself.
Is he homer again today?
Oh, Scooby. There you go. So a Clifford was a plus 400 dog or more. Scooby was a below that.
Scooby!
So this would be a Scooby dog play of the day, not a Clifford. Good call, JC from KC. Thank you.
JC.
So it wouldn't completely classify as that. Knicks over 217 with the Pacers. Better to book it.
Like over, huh?
Yes. 8-2 to the over. Both of these teams. I think pace is going to be the story in this series. They had a total of 235 when they played in New York the last time they played.
Drastic adjustment.
Yep.
Holy crap.
It went under by 20 points, but that game fell. That game fell. Here's your odd making for you. That game fell 214. The opening number was 214.
He's getting to know how the sausage is made.
I was like, oh, that's why that number was at 214. Okay, bet over.
I'll say book it only
Okay.
because it's game one and it's a little slower pace.
It's by face. Denver 5.5 laying it. Okay. Bruins over 5.5. Panthers plus 105. I think this is right. I think this read is right. I thought this read was right yesterday with Carolina and the Rangers.
The only way this isn't is if Bob and Swayman
are unbelievable.
Stop 35 shots each.
Yeah.
Like this is right. I think this one goes over today.
Bruins power play. I think it's 3-3. I think bet the tie. I think there's a chance 3-1 on the tie.
I like Florida in a game in the side, but
you may get an overtime. You may get an overtime goal here today, but I bet the over. And then finally, I like Carolina to come back and win the series at plus 120 against the Rangers.
I don't even think they're out of it if they lose game 2.
Fine.
I don't think they're out of it. If you think they're going to win game 1, you should bet this because boom, it flips. They go back to being a favorite. 0 for 5 on the power play. It's not going to happen again.
Nope.
I don't think so.
And they missed so many high danger opportunities too.
But, right.
Like I don't, and the goals were funky and fluky. And it was a weird game for them entirely. I like to win game 2 to win the series too for Carolina. If you guys are watching on Sports Grid or listening on SiriusXM, thank you for being here. If you're with us live on X or on YouTube, don't move. You guys get bonus.
Wow. Fathead just came in the chat, said Nuggets win by 10 plus, lay it all the way to the 7.
Look at that. I love that avatar of Luka looking. It's so good.
Look at that, Fathead.
It's a good avatar.
Yeah. Denver is 6.5 or -7, Butchie. Yes. P. Rolt laid it last night.
5.5. Yeah. Remember, I bet overnight, Butchie. I don't bet live numbers here. Better to book it.
Yes, it is 6.5, 7 now.
Yes. That's how I get
7
numbers.
Yeah,
my odds and numbers are often different than what is on the board. Just FYI on that. Okay, we don't have any super chats for today, so we can go right into favorite thing about today is what?
I run to get the drink this morning at the Dutch Brothers, and there's a van outside, like come out of the drive-through, and it says, I posted the picture on Twitter actually before the show, American Lock and Key. All right. It's a locksmith doing business with pride and integrity. I could not stop laughing. I was like, oh my God, I have to take a picture of this van because everybody's got locks and there's always keys to the plays or the sports betting. I said, this is the new name of a new handicapping service. For all of these fucking bots that keep following me and you and the fucking show, I can't believe how many fucking bots every single day. 100% guaranteed lock play.
Oh, God. It's every tweet. It's every tweet. It's literally every tweet.
I'm infested with them.
Yep.
I'm getting aggravated because I love the Twitter. The engagement is great. The numbers keep going up. We post the show, we get people watching. Post clips, we get people watching. Try to use it as a tool, 1, and 2. Everything I got in this space is because of the Twitter. I've met people through the Twitter.
Right.
I got on shows, and you still have to deliver when you go on the shows.
Right.
But I was hysterically laughing at myself, stopping, taking a picture, a selfie in front of the American Lock and Key van. And this guy goes, bro, what are you doing? Get away from our van.
No way. That's awesome.
I said, hold on. I'm just taking a picture so I can tell my wife because you guys, you're close. We live around a neighborhood. He's like, oh, yeah. You can do that. I was like, okay, cool. But it was a hysterical little laughing moment that sometimes, when you're by yourself, you amuse yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, not in the shower. Like last time we talked about that, said something about finishing in the shower. I didn't even know what I said. I went back and watched that show. Guy was by himself in the shower. I was just finishing the shower. Finish the shower. I was amusing myself.
The is very important.
Very important. Phrasing matters.
Finish the shower.
Phrasing matters.
Like when Canelo said about Oscar De La Hoya, he said, "I'm gonna fuck him. I'm gonna fuck him."
Yeah.
Oscar. Canelo. Hold on. Not what you mean. That's not what you mean.
That's what he meant, though. He meant that he's gonna fuck him. That's what he meant. I love bonus time. But yeah, I was like, I got to tell the story. And then two, the other favorite thing about today is that friend of the show, he's never been on, but Nikki Costos was welcome to the Girl Dad Club today.
I heard. That's tremendous.
4 in the morning. I sent him a text when I woke up and saw it, and he posted it. Wife is well, baby is well. I said, welcome to the club. I said, this is the best job you'll ever have, but nothing will ever be the same. And it was really, really cool. So that's it. That's a favorite thing about today. And then, of course, the Auto Kids, the athletics 11U team. Congratulations to them. Did you see Emerson's tweet too, by the way? After that's the athletics, Canfield, Ohio, 11U won a tournament, playing in a big tournament this weekend. If you follow at PSU Auto on the Twitter, tweet at them that you heard about the team on the show. Give them some love. It's a lot of work to coach a team. It's one of the most rewarding things. It's like you teaching. You get more from it than they ever know. And he put that in there. Did you see Emerson's tweet about the Glizzies?
I did. It's pretty good.
Did you see that BVB hat with the hot dog in the middle?
No.
Oh,
I saw the shirt.
Send you this.
I didn't see.
They designed a BVB where the V is 2 hot dogs.
Oh, I like it.
It's money. It's actually money. Chef Benny saw it, posted it to me.
I'm in
and stuff.
Let's go.
I said, yeah, I put the gift that said, fuck it, I'm in, let's do it. Yeah. I can't lose.
That's tremendous.
It's good. So
favorite thing about today is the accumulation of the entire, speaking of the kids, today is final submission project day for my class at UNLV. God. As this class has been going on, I've been getting all my submissions. We're running up here. We're an hour away from the deadline of when the kids have to have all their final submissions into me. So be curious to see who misses the deadline, who doesn't. I don't fuck around with this. I've told them this. I said, guys, 1 point for every minute it's late. So timestamp it at 2:30. If it's 2:31 and on, we start subtracting from your score. So
he ain't playing either. If you guys are in the class or watching the show, he don't play about this.
No.
We've done this. We've done the show now. We're almost 600 episodes in, 2 years. Grading week for P. Roll. He ain't fucking around.
So I just had a kid email me and said I want an extension, and I said I told you about this final on the first day of class, and now you want an extension. It's not how this works, guys. Sorry, I'm just like it's not how this works. We're in college. Life happens. People have issues, and life happens. But if you can't plan out 4 months in advance, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. That's not how this is going to work. So today is fun because I get to sit back. I have a lot of work to do. I got to listen to a lot of audio for the next 48 and 72 hours, but it's easy because I put it on TV. I just throw on headsets and I listen and I grade while I'm watching sports. So I can't complain too much on that.
Now, when do you have all these graded by?
Monday is when grades are due.
Today?
No, next Monday. It's due today. Grades are due next Monday.
Oh, so you have time to grade them.
I have a week, but I have 18 30-minute podcasts to listen to.
Okay. You listen to them on 1.5?
I do. Yep. I listen to them fast, and I often do it when I'm just watching sports, but someone lands Thursday, so I have to get this done before that. So it's a little bit of a condensed period of time.
What time on Thursday?
8:30.
Okay.
She's here early before the show.
AM.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, she'll be here before the show. So she's gonna come into sleep. She's like, I'm sleeping while you're on the air. Perfect.
Are we doing the show Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll call Friday. Sure. Oh yeah. Roll call Friday for sure. Yeah. Because we're not doing the show Friday after the Thursday show in Chicago. So we have to do We have to do Friday. We have to do this Friday. We have to because can't miss back-to-back roll call Fridays.
Correct.
So we do this Friday, and the next Friday we're off. And then the Friday after that, I am going to attempt to do the show for the first time ever in New England because I'm flying the red eye Thursday.
You've done the show in New England from your mother's house.
Have I really? The full show?
We did a whole week. Listen, you were in a fog a lot of those days.
Wow. I didn't realize. I knew I did the juice. I didn't know we did BVB in July. Oh, when I was there. Okay. Interesting. I didn't realize that we did.
It was fun. Yeah.
So I'm going to
Teasing you
attempt
about your
before
bedroom, all that other
Monday.
stuff.
Yeah. So I got to go and figure out how we're going to try to do that if I can. Let's see. It may not happen. I don't know. We may be off. The Friday for more day. I may be off. So I don't know how. We'll see how it goes. I'm flying a red eye from Vegas to Boston and then trying to figure out whether it would be awake to do the show or not. Set it up, what it looks like. I don't know. So I haven't been there. First time going to New Hampshire. So it's going to be an interesting thing.
First time in New Hampshire since when?
Since I moved. I mean, I've gone to New Hampshire, but not Manchester. I went to that's not true. I went to Manchester last Christmas for a show with Madeline, but like to actually like stay, like be there overnight.
Right.
2015.
Okay.
It's been when I left.
I've been to Chicago since 1993.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So, guys, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We're back tomorrow on a Tuesday. We'll have a lot to come. It's a big, big week. I got Boston games every day this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 7 days, 7 Boston playoff games. Get ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's Dave. I'm Matt. Back tomorrow for Tuesday's B.